What's up, guys? My name is Mike Sherrard. Welcome back to an extremely exciting episode about the power of YouTube. Today, I'm bringing on Aditya Soma, who's also up here in Canada, who did $250,000 in his first year as a realtor, over 55 deals, and the majority of those came from 2 YouTube videos. So what we're gonna do in this video is we're gonna break down why Aditya got into YouTube, how he leveraged it, the exact videos he created in order to attract tens of clients in his very first year, and how he was able to not only rank them, but continue to give new ideas and make it extremely easy so that it becomes a part of his process and he continues to dominate his market with these videos that are attracting clients every single day. So we're gonna break it down for you, explain exactly how you can do the same and take your business to the next level with YouTube. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode. And today I've got on another Canadian hustler, Aditya Soma from Windsor, Ontario, who's set a true example of the power of coming into real estate, absolutely dominating it, and leveraging YouTube in order to build a profitable, very successful, multiple six-figure business in his very first year as a brand new real estate agent. So I'm excited to have you on here, brother. We've been in touch for a while now, but it's time to share some of your secrets with people so they can see how they can take it to the next level with video marketing. So Aditya, man, welcome to the channel.
Thank you so much, Mike. It's definitely an honor to be on your channel. So I'm glad. Definitely very happy to share.
This is going to be fun, man, because you've taken the world by storm and you've done basically everything that every new agent dreams of, which is not just breaking 100,000, but breaking multiple six figures in your first year. And you did it by being creative. So before we get into some of those strategies, I'd love for you to just give yourself a brief introduction, break down, you've got an accent, so where you came from and what brought you here, what got you into real estate. And then we're going to
Sure.
share some pretty cool stuff with people today.
Yeah, definitely. So first of all, I'm born and raised in India. Moved to Canada in 2012. So it's not been too long. As a student, international student, came here, did all kind of hard jobs, to just survive in the beginning days, like literally clean toilets, worked in the factories. Oh man, it was a tough life. Did all those too, but got a job, professional job, according to my with my bachelor degree and my master degree. So got into IT. I was in IT industry before I quit my job. But after I started my job, like after 2 years, 2.5 years, like I started to feel like this is not really taking me anywhere where I want to be, because I soon realized like I'm getting well paid, like 80,000 in Windsor was good enough, but not enough to make the life that I wanted. Like, I love to support my family. I want to help them, to travel and many other things that I like to travel. But nothing really seems coming through with that income. So that's when I started to like look for other stream of incomes. I tried like Uber, tried e-commerce, tried other source of incomes, but finally landed on real estate. A book. I think many says that that's their first book they read, Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Yeah,
So
same
the
here, man.
leverage, the real estate thing. So that's where I started like reading books. From that book, I started reading about real estate. Couple of books. One book that really opened the doors for me, Investing in Rental Properties by Brandon Turner. So with that, I started investing. I got my first property in 2017. Then got a couple more properties. I was like so hooked up into real estate. Then I started to see the potential, because not many people like me who came from different countries would love to do make their dreams come true, but most of them, I would say like at least 80% of people, they're just working 9 to 5 jobs, and just because little bit of, I would say like personally, it's because of a lot of scare inside that we don't know this country well and the culture and all those things. But man, finally I was like got out of that mindset because of the associations and everything. Quit the job, became a realtor. Now it's been like 16, 17 months. Then definitely helped over 70 plus. people, 70 plus transactions in less than 2 years.
That's amazing, man. It goes to show you, there's so many people that have these limiting beliefs that they're from here, they've got extensive connections, and they still struggle to close over the average of 6 deals in their first year. But then you proved yourself. You came from a different country on the other side of the planet, not your native language, did everything you had to in order to provide for yourself and your family, got into real estate and completely blew the mold off the wall, and showed that you can become a top producer in your first year if you do the right thing. So that's a
Yeah.
great segue into what I'd love to focus on in this video is your YouTube presence. You and I, we've used you as an example many, many times
Yeah.
about the power of leveraging YouTube, because you've even admitted yourself that your first videos aren't the best quality, but they were optimized and they provided value. And a lot of people have this assumption that you need to have a full studio built out and hire a videographer and get the audio dialed and do all of this craziness. But you showed that just by getting out there and actually taking action, that you can flourish on that platform. So initially, why did you even decide to entertain leveraging YouTube when most agents are, if at all, focusing on Instagram and Facebook?
Yeah, I was reading a lot and also watching a lot of YouTube channels. Definitely, you're one of my role model because you and Brian Fellows, Jeff Ibo from London, like a couple of people I've been watching. Everyone is telling like you gotta leverage YouTube. But like someone in someone's video that specifically said, you know what, just start with what you have, like literally the phone and what kind of things that so literally like the first video I made is on my phone, no audio device, nothing. I said how what I feel about Canada, life in Canada. That's literally like that's how I started, because I knew like from them, by watching them, how they grew over time, and by seeing people, actually realtors whom I worked with when I was like when I'm investing before realtor. um, all these realtors, like no one did anything, pretty much like they're waiting for that rainy day, like leads come in or the referrals, so they're just waiting for the leads. But the other hand, all those YouTubers who are like doing a fantastic thing, because they're literally attracting the leads with their personality and with the knowledge that they're sharing. So that really kind of felt me, you know what, I can do it. Let me start with whatever I have. I'll build on it like over the time. Even till the day, like my quality is still, slowly increasing day by day. I'm not really like pumping in money or anything into it at the moment.
Definitely. Definitely. And I love that because, I always say this quote is done is better than perfect. If you've got a video that's done and sitting on YouTube, that's doing a lot more for your business than a perfect video that's still getting worked on that's sitting on Google Drive or Dropbox. And a
Yeah.
lot of people are waiting for the perfect thing. But what they don't even realize is they haven't even put out enough content to become comfortable delivering a powerful message. So even though the video is going to look great, people are still not going to watch the entirety of it because they haven't built up the confidence on video. So, I'd love to talk primarily about your video about Windsor, Ontario, because that
Yeah.
video is now approaching 30,000 views. You've done really well with it. So what videos have done well for you and what gave you the idea to go out and start doing that?
Yeah, so that Windsor, Ontario video, literally like totally unplanned. I was looking to get some help from a friend of mine. She and me having a coffee, and I asked her like, do you know how to do video editing and all? She said like, yeah, I do know. I had a channel. So then let's shoot a video right then. Like I literally decided right then. But the reason I decided to do that particular video, because um, I already, like by the time I was like in the process of getting my license, and everyone is asking me, hey, what do you think about this neighborhood? What do you think about that neighborhood? What do you think about the, what's the rents look like in that area? Like everyone been asking me these questions for a while. So I know for sure people are looking for this information. And because I had my investing experience, I just made the content based on what I know about those neighborhoods.
I think that's amazing. And it just goes to show you that a lot of people overcomplicate the process of creating video because they think they need to some reinvent the wheel and they need to come with some grandiose idea that's going to completely shake the world up. But they also don't give themselves enough credit in order to put out information, because us as real estate agents, we know far more than the average consumer or public does about real estate. We also
Yeah.
usually know our city more. So it's just about sharing information for those that are looking for that information. So, I love that you took action, and that video, which I'll link below, guys. So make sure you check that out. It's a great representation of what you can do getting started. And I'm going to be doing some similar content myself now. But you started attracting clients, and how did that process look? Were people just emailing you from your videos? What were people doing to reach out to you from your YouTube?
Yeah, so I mean, I'm still struggling, like, working on to make a proper system,
Yeah.
but like the work in progress. Like initially, all they could find is if they search my name, they will find my phone number somewhere, either on the Realtor.ca or on Facebook or elsewhere. It's my direct number. People just call me, and they love to talk to person who is on the camera, right?
Yeah.
So they've been asking me questions, and I pretty much grab their information, see what they're looking for, and I find them what they're looking for.
Definitely. And it's amazing because even again, that's something that people overlook, is they think that they have this, they need this perfectly dialed in 6 or 7 figure system in order to start nurturing and servicing leads. But if you just have the right time and the right place for servicing these calls, you can do very well. But one thing that I really want you to explain to me is, what did you do properly? Because I continue to see agents putting out content, but they're
Mhm.
still not getting any results. So you rank well. So what did you do in order to make sure your videos rank, to make sure that you're the guy being found when people are looking for your market center?
That's actually a great question, because what I try to keep it so simple. I looked for people who are realtors in different areas who are doing well, like you and other people, right? I look up their content, what type of content they're making. So one video actually recently I saw in many other people's channel, which is cost of living in their city. I made that video, like literally within a week, it hits more than 1,000 views. So that's awesome. And that's one way, like look up for what other people, like successful people, what type of topics they're picking up, and do according to what, with your version, of fitting your city. So pretty much like my target, even till the date, is like whoever looking for something about real estate in Windsor, Ontario, I want my videos to show up. So pretty much like all my titles will be like either cost of living in Windsor, Ontario, or first property I purchased in Windsor, Ontario. So anything that can tag people into the that people can find by searching Windsor, Ontario. I want them to see my videos. So if someone is new, like let's say if they're in Mississauga or any specific city, now they can make the content very relevant to that city. So pretty much the tags work their way to show up that videos first.
Big time. And, I think it again just goes to show how easy this can be, is simply think of all of the questions you get asked on a daily basis from new clients, from potential clients, from past clients, and
Yeah.
turn those questions into videos. It's the echo effect, which you're simply taking something that's being asked over and over and over and giving the answer in video format. But a layer deeper is, you, unlike many realtors, know how to properly tag your videos. And I'd love for you to just dive a little second into the optimization aspect of it. So you explained how to find the topics, but
Mhm.
what about optimizing your videos to make sure that it actually ranks?
So I mean, there are a lot of helpful videos that specifically dive these topics, right? So I always like when I want to make a video. So now I have an idea. For example, like one of the other top video I have on my channel is like my home tours. So literally like my own properties, I tour them, show them what it looks like, because many people might not even own homes, who are like, people like from my background, probably they stayed in apartment building. They want to see how the homes look like. And so for them, pretty much like now I know the idea title. Now I go look for tags for that one. There is a tool actually I use. Let me check the name of it. I don't have on top of my TubeBuddy.
Yeah.
I use TubeBuddy. That's a solid tool. Literally, it gives you the ranking. What tag will give what ranking? So pretty much, I started to use that more and more. That's when I started to see my videos are ranking on top.
I think that's amazing, man. So, now that we understand the importance of video, and a lot of people are seeing that you just proved how easy it can be to just get started and fine tune it as you become more comfortable on camera. What is your biggest piece of advice for somebody that is watching this right now and saying, okay, I finally get it. Mike and Aditya, they've done it. They've proved it. Now it's my time. Where do I start? What do I do today?
And one thing I would say, don't wait to take actions. Just go pull up your phone, even if the video is shaky or audio is not so clear. Just make a video, put it out there, and going forward, then you can improvise, right? Like once you have the money coming in, once you started to make more sales, now you can use some of the money to improvise the quality of it. But if you wait to have a perfect camera, if you wait to have a perfect audio system, I would say like you will end up waiting.
100%. And
Take
there's so many
actions.
people that do that, where they feel like they need to invest so much money to get started. And then because they've invested money, they're now relying on their videos to produce money. And now they don't have the ability to continue to put out content because it's costing them. But if you get started and then every time you close a deal, you take 5% or something like that and
Yeah.
invest it back into video, it's a much more sustainable plan that has longevity tied to it. Now,
Yeah.
the final thing that I want to get into with you is you and I are now at the same brokerage. So it took me a while, and now we've got an incredibly fast growing organization, but I'd love to know why you joined EXP, because this is oftentimes a controversial topic for people because they simply don't understand. And what I've seen is almost 100% of the people that I've now talked to who initially hated EXP have now joined my team because we are able to properly break down the importance of the model. But what piqued your interest about EXP and what ended up making you join?
Yeah, I mean, definitely there are many things about EXP. But first thing is like, I'm coming from an IT background. So literally I started as a brand new agent with EXP itself. Like I don't know anyone in Canada, in Windsor, who is with EXP. At that time, I think I was the second agent in Windsor. So even though like I was new, but I was like, did not even question after I heard about EXP. Corner, you are both of our sponsor and also mentor who introduced us to EXP. So when he told me that, the concept literally blew my mind. First of all, like the technology driven company, right? Which means that there is a lot of room for us to grow. So just that technology makes it happen. So now like literally from my day one, I don't have an office overhead, no extra cost. So I want to lower my costs, right? Especially in the beginning, and even going forward, if I want to have a team or more agents in my team, I don't want to have overhead, but I still want to have that advantages of having making money with less efforts. So EXP offers that, like it's pretty much like in simple words, I look EXP as a investment property. So now if I bring in, along with all the advantages of saving the cost and you making the more commission from your from the commission that you make, on top of that, it's an investment property. You bring in an agent, that agent, if they make sales, you make cash flow out of it. And plus you make equity, which is your stocks. They award you stocks accordingly. That was like, oh my God, it's insane, right?
Yeah.
I spoke to a couple of other brokerages. They said like, you have to pay 30%, 40%, 50% in your first year. I'm like, And then on top of that, $600 or $500 monthly fee for having a desk.
It's insane. And I think one of the biggest things, and I'm sure you'll agree with me, D, is the fact that people don't understand that you can, if you're switching from a different brokerage, you don't have to change your style of business. I see people that make this misconception all the time. They say, well, Mike, if I switch, I'm going to have to stop putting time into properties and I'm going to have to start spending my time recruiting. I have never reached out to a single agent in my life yet. And my team is growing exponentially because when you put out good quality content and you do high volume, agents are naturally attracted to you. And then if you're somebody like yourself or myself that can provide them with all of the best social media training, all of the coaching, all of the funnels, all the tools, everything for free on top of that to help them produce more volume, now they're doing more transactions, which means they're attracting more people, which means the revenue share is kicking in and everybody's winning. So I love it because it's like the team environment without having to pay an additional split.
And also, look at the mentorship that you get, right? In a normal traditional brokerage, if you go ask to a top broker, would they help you? Now I have here, people like you and, Corner, like one of the well successful people are always available for me to help me. That means I can grow my business exponentially with the knowledge that, other people have it, and they're always willing to, because we have that mutual benefit of being in the same brokerage and, having that relationship.
Agreed, man. I think it's incredible. And, your story is beyond inspirational. And the fact that you continue to level up every single year is a testament to what's truly powerful and available to achieve if you stop listening to what the status quo is and start focusing on what your true potential is. So I'm excited, guys. Make sure that you check out Aditya's channel. I'm going to link it below, and we're going to work some pretty incredible brand work on his channel. So,
I'm
make
excited
sure
for that now.
Yeah, exactly. Make sure you subscribe to him because, people like Aditya and myself, we're continuing to try and elevate the quality of our content and provide more value. And this is a true testament to what's possible from the ground up. So Aditya, man, thank you so much for coming on, guys. Make sure you check out his channel. Any final words, my friend?
Thank you so much for having me. One final thing that I would say, any new one, especially if they want to use the YouTube, make it a priority.
Yeah,
that's one thing. Like every day, put out like half an hour or 1 hour in the morning. Make sure you come up with that ideas and then go do it.
Agreed. And I think, just to piggyback on that, so many people use social media as an afterthought and they're not treating it as prospecting. And it's the modern way of prospecting. So if you treated your social media the same way you treat door knocking, cold calling, networking, a lot of people would be better off, because I only spend an hour a day on social media. But when you look at that over the course of a year, I spend 365 hours per year on my social media, whereas most people use about 20 to 40 hours per year. So you can see where that gap is made. So honestly, man,
this will produce like a compound effect, right? Like it's every day you're slowly like getting closer to where literally, even if you stop working, people will come call you.
Agreed. It took me 3 videos every week for the first 9 months of last year in order to reach my first 1,000 subscribers. And now I'm growing at 1,500 a month. And it's exciting to see what happens when you're consistent and you take action and don't just wait for perfection. So Aditya, man, thank you so much for coming on. Guys, please make sure to check out his channels, and we will see you next time.
Thank you so much for having me, Mike.